So quitting your business or thinking about quitting your business is actually pretty normal based on what's going on with your business. But it doesn't have to be what you should do. It just might be what's going on around you. And just if you're thinking about that, if you're considering that right now, just pause, listen to these three things I'm going to talk about throughout this video before you make your decision. And just give me three different ways. Just give me 3 times of listening to this before you make that decision. I'm Amelia Hirschfield, and I believe that the world would be a much better place if people who are trying to change the world knew that they could do it rather than doubt themselves and or quit before they actually should. So INFJs, very smart, very intelligent. World needs your help. You have so many abilities to make the world a better place. However, there are certain ways that you can be getting in your own way, and you might not be realizing that. So my question is, do you recognize when you're getting in your way all the time? Probably not. And if you can recognize when you're getting in your way with thinking about quitting your business, then you can stop, realize that you're doing this to yourself, not go down the path of quitting and then maybe regretting that later on, and still being able to fulfill your role, be a team player in the world, be effective, whatever is the right words for you, and live a life of meaning. So let's get into it. So the first way that you can think about quitting is that you don't feel like you have options or power over what's going on around you with your business. So things might be going on that you don't want, that you didn't intend to have going on, that you didn't foresee happening. And then you're like, well, this isn't going according to plan. Things that should have been working weren't working, or advice that you listened to from someone else didn't go the way that you thought that they were going to go. And if this happens to you a couple different times, it can feel like you can't do anything right. What's going on doesn't make sense. So then you might just think that you might need to quit. So just check and see that if you feel like you don't have power over what's going on around you, or you don't think that you can, that things can go right for you with that, just pause and just pay attention to that, because that's you possibly sabotaging this, because there's always ways that you can do things differently, change your perspective on things, try something different, but that's up to you to be able to try to find. And quitting isn't going to give you the space to keep going and keep trying and keep having things happen for you, because it can and will change for you, but you have to give yourself the space to be able to find that missing element that's going to make it click. So that's the first thing. The second thing that people can want to quit, especially INFJs, is it doesn't feel like it's ever going to change. So you might be in the space that you're like, I'm experiencing the marketing, and the marketing isn't making sense. It's not getting the results that I want, or it was getting results and now it's not getting results. And what does that mean about me? It might feel like you aren't ever going to see a difference in that. And just a reminder here that I understand that it's frustrating. I understand that it can be really hard to be in the situation that you're in and be in that, but you're not alone with that. There's a lot of other people who's experienced that as well. There's a lot of people who've spent a lot of money on marketing and seen no results. And they've probably spent a lot more than you have. And they just don't hear, you just probably don't hear them talking about it, or you don't know that other people are doing that. I am one of those people. I've spent money with coaches, marketing, and haven't seen results with that. And it's really easy to be like, well, I should just quit, or this isn't ever going to work. It might not be that. It just might be the fact that you're frustrated, you're feeling depleted, you're angry that this stuff isn't working. And I get that. It's also part of the entrepreneurship journey. And to keep going, you have to keep going, figure out what's not working, and then changing things for the better. So that is the second thing. So it doesn't mean like it's never going to change. It can and will change. It's change for a lot of people. It can change for you, but you quitting isn't going to find that solution. The third thing, I do numbers like this. It should look like this. So the third thing is that you might think that you just don't know enough. So you're like, well, there's so much out there for me to learn. Where I'm at right now, I'm not getting results. So it's probably, I'm just never going to know enough. Maybe you don't think that you're smart enough. Maybe you don't think it's something about just who you are as a person. So it's like, well, if I'm not where I'm at, I'm never going to be able to get better because people are always going to know more than me. I'm never going to know enough. Once again, it doesn't mean that it's not really a fact of yes or no of your ability. It's just what can you learn? What are you putting too much pressure on yourself to know? And if you don't know something, how can you learn it from a space that can help you grow? And just because you don't know something doesn't mean you're not going to be a successful entrepreneur. Doesn't mean you're not going to be able to change the world. It doesn't mean anything about you. It just means there might be something to tweak and something to learn. And if you can keep going, even though you feel frustrated, even though you might be scared, you're not good enough, all of those things, then you can and will see the change, but that's up to you. Changing the world is not easy. It's really easy to be down. It's really easy to be frustrated, but at the same time, moments matter like this because these moments stop you from making bad decisions and quitting. And then, the world isn't getting better in the way that you are wanting to help. So it's okay to doubt yourself. It's okay to think about quitting, but it doesn't have to be a reality of what you should do. It could just be a sign that you are stuck in some way and you just need some help. And if you want options for INFJs that are very helpful and geared towards your Myers-Briggs type on how to get out of this space, my website has great options for you, ameliahirschfield.com. And that can help get you from this space because it's not fun space to be in. And there's a lot of other things for you to keep learning and keep growing so you can live that meaningful life that you're probably wanting to. And if you have any comments, questions, please leave those below. I always love hearing those, and I will see you on the next video.